Welcome to the Rainy Day Rabbit Holes podcast, your escape from the mundane.
Dive into the rich history of the Pacific Northwest with us and let your mind wander down the rabbit hole.
Because in the Northwest, it's always raining something weird. I am Shay.
And I'm Jody.
Let's fall down the rabbit hole. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Rainy Day Rabbit Holes. Today, we have something special for you. In our busy, buzzy, stressful world, finding a moment of calm and connection can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. That's why we're thrilled to share with you an episode from one of our favorite podcasts, the Midday Musings podcast with Stephen and Laura. Midday Musings is the perfect cure for internet overwhelm. This podcast dives into discussions on media that matters, history that fascinates, and relationships that resonate. The hosts, Laura and Stephen, are not just best friends, but partners for over a decade, and they bring you lunch break-sized conversations filled with silly observations and genuine vibes 4 times a week. So what are you waiting for? Sit back, relax, and discover the delight of having your own cozy corner on the internet. Here's an episode from Midday Musings that we know you're going to love.
Hey, this is Laura.
And Steven.
And this is our podcast, Midday Musings, where we take our lunch break to talk about the things that are on our mind. Today, we're discussing summer in the Pacific Northwest. We've got boats, boards, and buckets of festivals. 3 long months of joy, togetherness, and not thinking about general elections. What's your favorite summer activity? How will you and the gang of your choice be taking advantage of the sun madness? Is death or an indeterminate period of suffering the more terrifying prospect? I know what I'd say. Let's get into it. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Laura.
How are you?
I am marvelous.
Wonderful.
Yes, I am marvelous like marvelous Miss Maisel.
She is famously marvelous.
Quite marvelous. I'm not here to talk about her today, but that's just the first thing that came to mind.
Fair enough, yeah.
It was either that or Miss Marvel. A lot of Marvels. Or Captain Marvel. Marvelous,
Okay,
like
yeah,
one of those
Marvel.
Two. Yeah.
Like the Marvel series, I am marvelous.
Yeah, I'm Marvel-esque today. Not Marble-esque. Marvel-esque. Yes.
Ooh, but if you were a marble cake,
Ooh, oh, if I
that
was
would be delicious.
If I was a marble cake, I would be worried about being around you. I think you would just eat me.
I'd ask permission first.
Oh, would you? Are you sure? Yeah,
Yes.
you probably would. You would. You'd
Yes,
be like,
I am.
Sir, you appear to be a marble cake. May I eat you? May I?
Sir, how attached are you to these body parts that are so edible?
You look delicious. Anyway, how's it going with you?
Dude, I'm pretty good. I'm getting
Yeah.
into the summer swing of things. It is officially summer in the PNW.
Yeah.
There are many seasons in the PMW, all of them determined by the intermittent rain and like 1 week of snow and then sun. And the people of the PNW are crawling out of their little PNW caves and being like, sun?
Yes.
Sunlight? Sun?
And
Activities?
they're so friendly too. This is the time when I read I read this meme that was like, here's what you need to know about Pacific Northwest summers. This is the time when you can be friendly to people and they'll be friendly back to you. They will say hi to you during the summer months. After that, they go back to hibernation. Do not talk to them after the summer has ended. Only speak to them during the summer months.
Do not look them in the eye unless the sun is out.
Don't even think about them. They don't exist. Don't worry about them. But during the summer, they're here. They're out to play. They want to talk to you. They want to talk to people. They want to be active and they want to go get some sun, you know?
Yeah.
And also it mentioned that during this time is when you really see the true population of the Pacific Northwest. It's actually much larger than you realize, but it's only 10% of the cities are out at a time during the rest of the year. But now is when you see how many people actually live in the city.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. They were stuck in apartments and houses, but here they are in public parks everywhere. Yeah. It's interesting. I used to live in LA. You remember because you were there too.
Sí, Los Angeles. Sí.
Sí. So in Los Angeles, where you get sun about 350 days of the year.
Minimum.
Less now because they seem to be at the center of a lot of tropical storms over the last 2 years, which I believe is nature healing and recovering the sort of like rainforest environment that they used to have 6 million years. That's not important. That's not important. What is important?
Nature's recovering.
Yes, nature is healing.
Nature is healing itself. Look how magnificent.
Yeah, look at all the rain they're getting and all of the green. But with 350 days of sun, their unnecessary friendliness begins to make a kind of sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, someone from New York will come to LA and notice the sort of public population of Los Angeles, how everyone just kind of talks to people in line, and loudly has conversations and behaves in a way that a New Yorker would identify as mental illness, but is perfectly normal in the context of Los Angeles. I think it's sun madness. And I think we get a little bit of it in the PNW, but because it's only 3 months out of the year, we don't notice the madness part of the sun madness.
No, it's true. Like in LA, not only do you get the sun madness, you get like the sun happies, you get the sun delirium, right? So you're not necessarily as like your brain gets a little cooked and your hair gets a little cooked too. Regarding the hair stuff, I remember, mentioning to your mom, "Oh, did you get your hair dyed?" And she said, "No, it just naturally bleaches this color because of the sun." I thought she had dyed her hair kind of blonde, but it's just what happens.
No, everyone becomes blonde in LA.
Yeah.
Even if you're a brunette, it's inescapable.
It's
because
just going to happen.
You are bleached like bones upon the sand.
Yes, sand
by
and
the
bones.
omnipresent sun.
But up here, you have a lot less of it. So you don't see it all the time. But when it does come out, you do get people with like the sun happiness, the sun almost delirium. We get a little bit of the sun stupid, We're like, oh, this is nice. And also I'm baking in the sun.
And there's kind of a lake culture in addition to the sunlight period. So you get a little bit of that like southern or East Coast summer vibes.
Oh, totally.
Not quite the ocean vibes. They're different. Everyone's on boats, like circling Lake Washington, and they're having a boozy, wonderful time. So much so that neighbors complain. Anyway, it's just an interesting cultural experience, summer in the Pacific Northwest. Because it is a rare event for them, because it is like a quarter of the year for them, they go so hard in summer.
Oh, yeah.
And I come from a culture of more moderate partying because in California, it's just sunny all the time.
Yeah.
And you get kind of immune to the effects of sunlight. It does wild things to people.
Yeah.
I love watching it. They're so passionate about it too.
That's the thing about scarcity, right? When you don't have a lot of something, you get a little bit of it, you just go crazy. You want to consume all of it. And not only that, let's be honest, the PNW is much more beautiful than LA. Like LA has a lot of opportunities all year round. It doesn't get frigidly cold in the winter, but it just isn't as pretty. It doesn't have trees and wilderness and rabbits running around. I remember we had a friend of a friend come visit. They're from New York. We were swapping stories about the type of animals that we see running around. And they're like, "Oh, we saw a bunch of rats and some raccoons and some possums. What do you have around here?" Like, "Oh, well, we have these little sparrows. And I guess we have some rabbits that kind of run around and they're kind of cute, but they're not really, they're not really what you would associate with like city fauna."
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're like a forest city.
Yeah.
Like I was leaving for the gym this morning and I looked to my left at my neighbor's backyard and there were just 2 bunnies hanging out, being brown and fluffy together.
Yeah.
And they're like, "This is my life."
Oh, yeah.
And that's city life here.
I'll be running through the street sometimes and I'll just see a bunny and be like, "Oh, bunny, hello. Hello, bunny."
Yeah.
There he is.
We've got bunnies. We've got very small birds. We've got ducks. Yeah, it's a magical realm. I haven't seen a raccoon.
No.
Which is too bad because I like their hands.
Ooh, I do. I like the little grabby hands. Like when we used to live in Daly City, we saw raccoons all the time and they were tough raccoons too.
Yeah, Daly City is a suburb of San Francisco.
Yeah, yeah. Like there was a raccoon that I tried to cross him on the sidewalk and he just straight up growled at me to the point where I said, "I'm unsafe. I'm going to cross the sidewalk and let this raccoon have this sidewalk while I go to the other side of the street," because I was worried that he was going to fight me if I passed him.
He would fight you.
Yeah.
I really admire urban animals. Raccoons, rats, etc., and pigeons as well. I love that we can't take their territory. Like they will not be displaced. They're like, "Oh, you're going to build here?
Mm-mm.
Guess who's your new neighbor, guys? It's me. I'm in your trash. I'm taking your cat's food. I'm making an alliance with your cat."
That is not an exaggeration or a joke, folks. When we lived in the suburb of San Francisco in Daly City, there was a legitimate alliance between the raccoons and the feral cats. And we saw them kind of jumping over people's gates together. We thought that's weird. Like 2 raccoons, then a cat, and then another raccoon, as if they were together. And then one time, I kid you not, we went to this little park in our area, and there was just a quorum of raccoons and cats sitting. They were just sitting as if they were discussing something important. Like it was a round table of raccoons and cats. And they even had 2 little cats just sitting at the front of the park as if they were guarding the front area of the park. It was bizarre. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And it was pretty whimsical for like an urban animal experience.
That is the glory of the animal kingdom. Like, they will not be squelched by human civilization.
Yeah, they created a council of cats and raccoons, and they were talking about some serious stuff. That's what it looked like.
Well, yeah, you have to create systems for the place that you're in.
Oh, no, I get it.
Yeah, so that's summer, man.
Yeah.
It's creating systems for the situation in which you now find yourself. 3 months of sunshine. Use them judiciously.
That's right. I feel like I could be using them better, honestly. Like at this point, I've gone out a bit, but I haven't done like the camping thing yet. I haven't even gone to an island yet. There are tons of little islands out in the Puget Sound that I could hit up, but I haven't been.
We have been to an island this year. It's just a Canadian island.
Oh, no, that's true. We went this year, but not this summer.
That's right. This summer just technically the summer doesn't start till the 21st, I believe.
Oh, does it? Oh.
That's solstice, right?
Okay. I don't know.
Spring has started. We're at the tail end of spring. It is going to be summer, and I think that's June 21st or 22nd to September 21st or 22nd. And yes, I think islands, I think some lake hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
I think a possible Fleet Week is in order, because I think we have one of those in our area.
Nice.
Or something called Seafair. It is U.S. military adjacent. Anyway, I'm into it.
Yes, we're going to summer hard. We're going to actually enjoy the PNW summer. We're going to go out and like enjoy it. And if you're out here, you should probably enjoy it too. And if you're out somewhere else and, in a non-PNW area, you can also enjoy your summer in a way that you may appreciate. Summer is a beautiful time. It's a time for outdoor.
This
it's a time
is the
for
summer,
experiencing the outside.
This is the summer before an election. Like, hold it close to your heart. Let the peace and joy of these 3 months just seep into your bones, because the second that fall hits, it's going to be so much worse.
Oh no, election season is coming.
Election season is the least emotionally pleasurable season in the American calendar.
Ooh, yeah. I don't even want to think about it just yet.
No, don't think about it.
No.
Ignore it. Ignore it until September.
I'm going to bring you back to summer. So
Summer.
On summer, Laura, what is your favorite summer activity? Do you have one?
I am a festival girly.
Yeah.
I enjoy a festival.
Yeah.
And I enjoy how in this region, they pack festivals into the summer like bakers packing in bagels. It's beautiful. Like every single weekend there is something. And because it's June, that's like pride festivals as well.
Oh yeah, it is.
We're having carnivals and festivals and everything's just weekend after weekend. So I like that. I'm an events activities girly.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are outdoorsy and they've got the camping and like the hiking, and this is beautiful for that.
Mm-hmm.
I have events that are structured by other people that have a little bit of ambient decoration and a lot of opportunities to get to food trucks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for from my summer.
See?
I want to eat strange things from food trucks I've never seen before.
So you want food from food trucks. You want an outdoor event experience.
I want food. I want friends. I want festival.
You heard it here, folks. Food, friends, festival. That sounds like actually a great triad, honestly. A great triad.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It makes me very happy. What about you, Stephen? What is your favorite summer activity?
For me, I like the runs. The runs are really good during the summer. It's actually warm enough that you don't need to be bundled up when you're running around.
Uh-huh.
And the beach is beautiful, like beautiful during the summer running season. It just glistens. It glistens, Laura. Like it looks like It looks like it's made of gold because it just shines from the sun beaming down on it. I'm a huge fan of that. So I think going to get some beach runs in, going to try to increase my mileage a little bit so I can get out there and do like a good 4 to 6 miles, run down to the beach, run back. That's what I want to do. Get a little outdoor time. Not like multiple hours in a hike somewhere. Maybe if someone convinces me, if you're out there and you have a good reason, I'm down. If you're chill, we like you, I'd be down.
Yeah, I like hikes.
I do.
They're just not my reason for living.
Yeah,
which makes me feel a little bit out of place here, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll acclimate
Laura,
culturally.
I want to tell you something that's unpopular.
Okay.
You don't have to love hikes if you live in the Pacific Northwest. You don't.
No, but you do have to go on them.
You don't, but you lose social opportunities if you do. Yeah.
Yeah. And there are going to be people just kayaking. Like, kayaking is so popular that there are kayak vending machines.
Oh, really?
At certain places in certain lake areas.
Oh, wow.
I will send you the Instagram materials.
Oh, dang. I didn't know that. So you can get like a kayak or like kayak equipment?
You can rent a kayak directly from an automated system.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's kayaking, paddleboarding. I'm a speedboat girly myself. That's just, I need the speed.
You need the speed. I get it.
I do.
I like to go fast. I understand it. It's the thrill, right? It's not like a lazy river situation. Like you are just running. You are just dashing through the water on this speedboat. I get that. Yeah.
Some people like just pure tranquility. Totally, like that's meditative. That's probably great for your nervous system and great for your psyche. I like the red light, green light of speed and activity and then rest. And I like to cycle through them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, same. I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie. I'd like going fast and then resting. Like going fast for a very short period of time, sweating, feeling amazing, and then resting for 5 hours. That's kind of my deal.
Yeah. Like for me, going on a hike is technically a kind of like adrenaline sort of thing. It's like, oh, let's get our heart rates up as we climb this 30% grade for an hour to an hour and a half. Always fun. I like it. But what if someone asked you to do some bridge jumping? That would be better.
Some bridge jumping, like jumping off of a bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When you're tethered to the little springy thing.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's wonderful for someone. I love that for you.
Thank you.
In particular, no further comments or thoughts on that one from me. Whew.
I fear death, but I want to get to the like the edge of it, just to like look at it and be like, I see you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm afraid of heights. It's
good that you should do what you want to do.
It's no secret. Heights, swimming, like the water, deep open water. It spooks me, you know?
Oh, yeah. No, water sports. That would be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind being on the water. I like being on the water, but being in the water when you can't see the bottom and it's really dark, you just don't know what's down there. You don't know. And that's what spooks me. But what did you say? You filled out this thing on Instagram that was like, what are you afraid of? And you're like, death. And I said, I'm afraid of sharks and afraid of water, like going in the water and heights. And you said that's just...
Oh, these are all stand-ins for an honest man's fear of death.
Yes. No, you're right. They are all stand-ins for an honest man's fear of death. I realize that. Like, all of those are, like, death-related fears. So.
Yeah, like, why are you afraid of these things? Because you might die. Like, why do you fear the thing? Because it could be a prelude to the great beyond.
No, here's the thing. It's not specifically death. It's that it could lead you to a fate worse than death.
There is no fate worse than death.
Yeah, there is.
What is a fate worse than death?
I won't get into it. Well, like you could get half eaten by a shark and then just languish in the water and like eventually die. But like you would just be there.
Yeah, but ultimately what's scary is dying, right?
No, it's the experience of pain, of just like suffering for days and days and days.
Okay, so
that's worse.
Let me then propose to you. You get like bitten in half by a shark, but you survive.
Yeah.
Is that chill?
I don't know, because then you have like no legs. You can't walk. You You can't run. Maybe you're missing an arm. It's going to be a lot tougher. Life is going
to be tougher, but you get your own TLC documentary.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
You get to do the talk show circuit about how you miraculously survived being bitten in half by a shark. You get a book deal. You get to go to podcasts. You get to like get very strong upper body shenanigans, and you can start like walking around very quickly on your hands. Like there are options. Your life changes, but does it get bigger? Maybe.
Maybe it does. I don't know. For me, it's just it's the prolonged suffering before the possible eventual death. Like if you fall from a great height and you hurt yourself and no one's around and you're just stuck there for days, like that's terrible. I don't know. It's not a super chill topic, but
but if you suffer and eventually are rescued, everything opens up to you.
But what if you don't know? What if you're like just stuck in that limbo of in between of like, I don't know if I'm going to survive. I don't know if someone's going to find me. I'm just going to be suffering here, smushed on the concrete for days until maybe someone finds me. Maybe I just die.
But ultimately, what is scary is that you will die.
That scares me less.
Suffering scares you.
Prolonged suffering without knowing when it will end. That scares me more.
Dude, that's just life. That's just waking up every day.
Super chill topics brought to you by
Anyway, so
Midday
PNW summer, right?
Musings.
Like, I love summer. Summer is great.
Talk about those beachy vibes from the summer. I love it. I'm a big fan of
waterside vibes.
The summer, and
get an inner tube, make it happen.
I feel like we're lightly inspired by Welcome to Night Vale right now.
I mean, I'm always inspired by Welcome to Night Vale after having been introduced to it 5 days ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that in a future one because that is good times. That is good times.
Look forward to that, guys.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah. So like, I get it. Like, here's the thing: summer's here. I'm here to experience it. I'm here to enjoy as much as I can, and I'm open to hikes. I'm not anti-hike. You know, I'm just out here saying you don't have to be into the things that a lot of people here are into. You can pick the things you want to do because there are a lot of activities to do in the summer, and you can go, this is what I want to do, and not do the ones you don't want to do. Like you can choose your own adventure.
Of course that's true, but also when in Rome, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
You got to paddleboard, you got to hike, you got to camp. It's required for living up here. And maybe you see Bigfoot and then you tell everybody. And then maybe that becomes your entire personality. You start putting bumper stickers of it on everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's just what the Pacific Northwest is here to make you do.
Dude, I'm like 2 sigmas away from putting a Bigfoot sticker on the back of my car. Seriously.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'm just
I sense it in you. I think it might be 1 sigma.
I'm 2 sequences, like 2 clicks away. It is on the horizon, Laura. And it's not going to be like a small one. It's going to be like a big gaudy one. It's going to be great.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to that.
So that's how I'm going to be celebrating the Pacific Northwest summer.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you can celebrate it however you like.
Yeah.
Friends who may or may not live in the Pacific Northwest. I know 2% of you are from Canada, which is technically still the Pacific Northwest in certain regions.
It totally is. That said, anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that between summer and death, I've covered all the topics I need to cover. Thank you, though, for the opening.
What else is there to talk about but summer? The gamuts of fun summer activities and death.
Yeah. Enjoy your summer.
Yeah.
Who knows what fall will bring?
Yeah, folks, you never know. So enjoy it. Life is here for the living. It's here to enjoy.
In the words of my father, how many summers do you have left?
Oh my God. Gary. No. Oh, on that wonderful note, listeners, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye. This has been Steven.
And Laura.
Thanks for tuning into Midday Musings, the podcast where we talk about all the things on our mind. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and jump into the conversation in our polls and Q&As. We would love to hear from you. Catch you next lunch break.
We hope you enjoyed that fantastic episode of Midday Musings with Stephen and Laura. Their insightful discussions and genuine chemistry make every episode a true delight. If you loved what you heard, make sure to check out Midday Musings on your favorite podcast platforms. You can subscribe, rate, and review to show your support and never miss an episode. Plus, don't forget to follow them on social media for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and more fun interactions. I'll leave a link in the show notes, or you can search for Midday Musings podcast on all major platforms. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Rainy Day Rabbit Holes. See you down the rabbit hole.